Well, hello, and thanks for clicking on a History in the Hand video. I'm Steve Okino. We're here in north central Pennsylvania, and I have my dog Mac and my metal detector. We're going to see if we can get some history to hold right in our hand. Clearly silver plated. Twist. Got another modern quarter. Since we're right under the clothesline here, bridle rosette. Slightly beveled out. I'm wondering if that wasn't, ooh, very old. The plate of a pocket watch. Yep. Another makeup compact. So today we're back at this location. We did another hunt here earlier in the spring, but it is an 1800s farmhouse. And I had a lot of trouble with the cow fencer zapping my detector all day long. So today we had permission to turn off the fencer, which is great. So Mac and I are gonna see what we can find. You're invited to come along. Let's see if we can get a little bit of history to hold right in our hand. Who knows what we're gonna find with the fencer off. Well, we're at our first hole. We walked exactly 8 feet. I suspect a bullet shell, but ooh, something interesting. Oh no, not interesting. Junk. Hopefully we can do better than that on the next one. On to the next. Absolutely screaming 91. I would say quarter, where last time I could hardly hear myself think. Even though this place was here in the 1860s, this quarter is not from then. But it's worth 25 cents. Hi, Mackie. We got a signal. All right, since we are underneath the clothesline right here, we're gonna dig everything we find here. And this is why. Wowie zowie. You know something? I rarely find forks. I find a ton of spoons and spoon bowls, but I do not find very many forks. Not really sure why that is. And that looks like that was clearly silver plated. That is stocky. Look how thick that is. So I don't know if Farmer John had this stuck in his pocket and it fell out of his dungarees when they were hanging on the line, or whether this was a former picnic spot. But that is pretty cool. Wow, that has got some serious weight to it. And I do see a little bit of writing here, but I'm not sure if we're gonna get, yep, I don't see anything legible there that would tell us the manufacturer. But that is a cool piece of history to hold right in our hand. Clean signal. Again, we're really close to the house, but that's where, okay. I recognize this as a makeup compact. You can see that it's decorative. So everything was made so classy back then. So I'm guessing teens or 20s on this. 19 teens or 20. Cool beans. On to the next. Oh, Mackie. Yeah, you're a good boy. All right, we got us a real screaming. Go over here, Mac. Got another modern quarter. So here's a little life skill that I use. If you find yourself in a lawn that is has long grass, you can shuffle your feet, and you can see, if you shuffle your feet, you can see where you have been already, and that helps you not skip. spots. No charge. No charge for the life skills. On to the next. I can't believe how many targets I'm finding here. I searched this lawn before, and because the cow fence was beep, 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 it just made it almost impossible to tell what was a real target and what was a fake. So I ended up passing over quite a few decent targets. I searched this area. Ooh. That sounds like a super high tone copper, but don't know for sure. We'll find out in a second. Well, I'm happy to be wrong about copper. Since we're right under the clothesline here, there should be a fair number of coins. This is not silver, but it's a dime. On to the next. Have another clothesline drop. That looks suspiciously Indian headish, but I can't really tell. So after a lot, this was incredibly covered. This must be super moist soil out here. I do see the outline of Lincoln's head, and just barely do I see a 1 cent right through there. So this is just a wheat penny, but for a short amount of time, I thought I had found a flying eagle. But I do not think that this clothesline was here in the flying eagle days. So on to the next. Well, this was a ginormous target with a little bit of an iron grunt. And because that is slightly beveled out, I'm wondering if that wasn't like a small barrel ring that held a small crock or something together. Not really sure, but could have been some big collar that was driven onto a big wagon wheel or something. I do not know. I see brass. And I'm not certain what this is at first glance. Oh, yes. Yes, I do. This would be a horse's bridle rosette, I would imagine. Look at how pretty that is. And it was studded onto the the horse's bridle. Even the backside has some bling on it, but this was the side that showed, and it would have been shiny and decorative. So, you know, we pimp out our rides today with fancy spinner caps and LED lights and stuff, but back in the day they would use these to bling out an otherwise boring horse harness. So this would have gone on the side of the horse's face, up near the top of his cheeks. Cool beans. Love it. On to the next. Wow, I can't believe it. This yard is a whole different animal now that we got rid of the interference from the horse fence. Oop. Ooh, very old. We've gone back to the pewter days. Wow. So, pewter, they stopped using pewter in the early 1800s, like 1820s. So it's very likely that this old pewter spoon handle was brought here. I'm gonna get out my brass brush for this. This could have been brought here from Germany by the original settlers of this area. Thankfully, they stopped making silverware out of pewter. It's probably not good to scrape lead onto your teeth and swallow it with every bite. But there is a cool example of most likely a spoon handle. When it bent and they bent it back, it would weaken. So it would bend even easier and bend back even easier, and eventually, oh look, there's actually, we actually have some writing there. I'll see if I can see what that says. We may be able to get a manufacturer. Where'd our signal go, Mackie? Well, whatever it is, this is what set off the detector. But I don't have any idea what it is. I don't think I'll ever know. Nope. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. I probably hit this with my shovel, but right in there are the pellets of gunpowder, and that primer has not been struck with a firing pin. So my guess is, this was sitting right there. My guess is we're going to find the rest of that bullet right down here. As I suspected, there is the actual bullet that was unfired. There are no rifling grooves on that bullet because it never made its trip down the barrel. So it's kind of cool putting those. We found the neck portion right here. That's the section that gets narrower and holds the bullet in place. So that's kind of curious. There's the gunpowder. All right, on to the next. And this is what set the detector off, and I think this is the plate of a pocket watch. Yep, that is exactly what that is. It's only a portion. We're going to see if we can see what else we can find in the hole. But sometimes these had manufacturer and date stamped somewhere. But that is definitely a piece of history right in the hand. Very few people carry pocket watches today, and if they do, I'm sure they're deemed eccentric. All right, I got another signal that could have been, what in the world? It could have been an Indian head penny, but this is it, and that is not an Indian head penny. I would say that that was, my guess is that this was part of another makeup compact. There is the hinge. It's very fragile. It's probably going to break off. But right there is the hinge. And inside here is what's left of the mirror. And it's possible that that looks like it's iron. So there is, oh, it's gorgeous. That is another beautifully ornate little decorative makeup compact. Oh, that's just so pretty. They made everything so pretty. Oh, there's a little lady. Oh my gosh. You can see the figure of a woman's head and dress, and it looks like she might be playing the piano. Ah, all right, I'll get a close-up of that. Pretty cool. I love how much stuff we're finding today. All right, let's, we're back at the house. Let's take a look at what we've got here. It was one person, and it was just about 3 hours worth of hunting. Although I found most of the cool stuff in the first hour. All right, starting over here with the junk, we got copper and brass. Found this little finial off a lamp. 3 Hot Wheels cars. Some old bullet shells. This one wasn't fired. Shotgun shell, ginormous lead sinker. Looks like 83 cents in modern coinage, although that 1 penny is probably in the 19 teens. Found a silver coated fork underneath the clothesline, which was kind of cool. And this old pewter spoon handle. That is ancient. That's definitely way back in the 1800s. We found 2 little makeup compacts. Found the plate from a pocket watch, and we found this decorative piece from a rosette from a horse bridle. So that's kind of cool. We found some of that old stuff. Thanks for sticking with me today. Ran out of time, but Mac had a blast swimming in the pond and coming and shaking on me, so that's great. This is Steve, and I just want to remind you that if you're not looking for it, you are not going to find it, and you are invited to join us next time on History in the Hand.